I never thought I would be drinking algae, much less sharing it on social media. And before I dig into what this is and why I've been drinking it, I'd like to give a little bit of a backstory. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with chronic Lyme disease, and I'm not going to get into that today. But for the past few months, especially, I've been dealing with some persistent fatigue as well as some overwhelming brain fog. I was sharing all of this with my doctor, and he recommended that I implement E3 Live into my daily routine. And this is not a sponsored video, it's literally just a product that I really, really love. Now, I'm pretty sure that the average person probably would have said no, but after trying several different treatments myself over the past couple of years, each one nuttier than the last, I decided I might as well give it a shot. So what even is E3 Live? In short, it's an algae that's harvested from a lake in Oregon and then frozen to retain its nutrients. And before you think I'm too crazy, let's take a step back and think about it. People have been drinking blue spirulina and chlorella for the last several years. The main difference is that those come in a powder or a capsule form, and in the case of blue spirulina, it's also a pretty blue color, whereas this looks like I'm drinking pond scum. And frankly, it doesn't taste too much better. So there's that. Taken directly from the E3 Lab website, here are some of the benefits. Essentially, their website claims that E3 Live contains a wealth of nutrients that can support overall health and wellness. In a little bit, I'm going to go over each of these claims and see how they hold up against my own personal results. But before I dig into all of that, I want to share how I've been making it and how I drink it to make it much more tolerable and even so delicious that I crave it every afternoon. This is delivered frozen and must be kept cold at all times. I just put my bottle in the fridge overnight so that some of it can defrost, and then I pour what's defrosted into a mason jar so that it can be consumed over the next few days. Then I put the bottle back in the freezer to keep it frozen. I'm going to start with a glass of enough ice to keep it cold. I like mixing mine with half organic coconut water and the other half regular water. I like that the coconut water is not only giving me extra nutrients and antioxidants, but it also acts as a natural electrolyte. Coconut water in itself has a ton of benefits. I just get mine from Costco. Next, I'm going to add in some sort of flavoring powder. I am pretty much obsessed with everything that the company Just Ingredients has to offer. I've tried their probiotic, collagen, electrolytes, flavored water, their nighttime relax. All of it is absolutely delicious. I just love the wholesome ingredients that she uses in all of her products. Today I'm going to be mixing mine with the lemon lime collagen. I'll just put a scoop of that in my organic coconut water. I'm going to blend this up and then I'll add in my algae. They recommend that when you start in slow increments and add in more as you get used to it. When I first started, I started with a full tablespoon instead of the recommended half tablespoon, and I definitely felt some pretty intense side effects. I have built it up to taking about 3 tablespoons a day now, and I absolutely love it and don't notice any negative side effects now that I've gotten used to it. Now that I've finished off my jar that I already had in the fridge, I'm going to take the one that is partially defrosted, and I'm just going to pour it into a clean jar to keep some in the fridge, and the rest of it I'll keep frozen back in the freezer. Now I'll just top it off with water, and it is ready to drink. Back when I was drinking just a tablespoon a day, I can't say that I really tasted the algae at all. It just tasted like the powder that I added in. But now that I'm up to 3 tablespoons a day, I can definitely taste it, but it's become more of an acquired taste. Just like the first time you eat kale, you probably don't love it very much, but after you've had multiple meals of it and you've gotten more used to it, you actually might enjoy the taste of the kale. Now it's time to go over the list of claims that they made, and I'll compare how I saw them show up or didn't see them show up in my own journey. First one on the list is increased energy, vitality, and endurance. I noticed this one first. After my week-long detox, I just could not believe how great I felt. I was so productive and I was able to put in a full day's work multiple days in a row. This is not what it was like for me before I started drinking this. I was tired and sluggish all day long, every single day. I could only work for maybe like an hour or 2, maybe 3 hours before I was just completely exhausted. Second is support of a healthy mood balance and the ability to manage everyday stress. I also noticed a drastic change in this. Instead of my mood fluctuating Throughout the day, it's remained relatively stable. Now, it does have the average up and down like everybody else does, but I think it's a drastic change compared to what it was before I've been enjoying my E3 Live. The next one is support of healthy intestinal and digestive systems. And honestly, I can't say that I noticed much of a change with this one. I do have quite a few foods that I'm sensitive to, and I have not noticed any sort of positive effect from drinking this. After that is faster recovery time after exercise. I also think that this one has stayed relatively the same. I've not been able to exercise much, and even just a simple walk will wear me out pretty quickly. I was optimistic that this would change, but so far I have not noticed anything. The next one is restored overall biochemical balance, and frankly, I have no idea what that even means, so I'm just gonna skip it. Then we have lasting energy boost. As I mentioned before, my energy is definitely up, but if I do any sort of exercising or even just going for a walk, I am pretty exhausted after. After that is support of a healthy immune system. About a month or so, everyone around me I know was getting sick with something, and throughout that entire month, I stayed healthy. And I don't know that I can fully attribute that to the E3 Live, but it is something to note. And then the last one is support of healthy skin, hair, and nails. I do already have relatively healthy skin. I use good quality products to take care of it. I eat a clean diet, so that has not changed. It's remained the same. My hair has also always been very healthy, so that has not changed, but my nails have always been so brittle and almost flexible, and I have noticed a very drastic change in the strength of my nails, so I do think there's something to be said for that. One thing that isn't listed on their bullet point list on the website is improved cognitive function. And this was actually the #1 reason that I started drinking it. This algae claims to nourish the brain, helping to enhance focus and overall concentration. This was easily the biggest difference for me and the #1 reason why I will not skip my daily dose. As someone who struggled with brain fog and mental fatigue, I have noticed a drastic improvement in my everyday life since I started drinking this. Since incorporating this into my daily routine, I can think better, I can focus better, I have more energy, and my memory is better. And I really just think that that goes to show that just because you think something's a little weird and you don't see everybody else doing it, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't give it a shot for yourself. So thank you for joining me today on my weird algae drinking journey. I'll be the first to admit that I am not a doctor and I don't have it all figured out, but I am in the process of learning how to enjoy life, even while battling a chronic disease. If that is also you, I would love if you would drop a comment down below so we can get to know each other, and subscribe to join me on my journey where crunchy living, all things beauty, and laughter intertwine. And that is all for today.